Alright, so I was just filming a video, and anytime somebody else comes around, I immediately cancel it because I just feel so weird talking to a camera, and something inside of me goes, this is weird, even though I know it's so predominant in today's culture. Still, for me, technology and this sort of stuff, it's kind of weird. It's like, why am I speaking to a phone like this? But anyhow, I think, can't fully remember what I said in the other starting of the video, but I'll just get right to the kind of the heart of what I was, I guess, thinking about posting or creating a video for, and that was knowing that, like, looking back at my journey, where I was, where I am now, and what it feels like I need to continue to go. I feel like the last 7 years have just been this like insane battle with obviously complete nervous system collapse, and somehow surviving, and now being able to go on hikes and wake up and I don't wake up six to seven times a night to go pee, which is amazing. I'm no longer drenching my bed. If I showed you my bed, it is completely brown. And all my sheets and even my shirts, it's crazy. My shirts have stains on them. A depth of stain because of the sweat. But getting to know myself a little bit more through this process and looking back and, becoming more aware of things, whether that be from what other people say about me that are kind of close to me, or just my own self understanding, is that, I'm like, and this is where I struggle most now, not physically, but mentally. I have some serious mental health issues. Now, I don't even know what that looks like to recover from that. I don't want to go the medication route, even though it would probably help me. I've spoken to somebody that's a paramedic and a really good friend of mine, and he had the similar opinion to me. Like, I feel like I'd fail if I took medication as a human being. Like, I now have to change my state of being through taking a pill, and that's just so hard for me to grasp. But then, yet again, we do that all the time, just with different side effects, right? So if I drank coffee, I could drink coffee and that would bring a certain state based off of a physiological response of the caffeine, and a plethora of other things. Some things that are just ritualized, so we do it and we get a feeling in our body, and that makes us, releases chemicals. So if we take these antidepressants or whatever we take, they release chemicals, or they are chemicals that go into our bodies, and then we feel a certain way. Does that mean that I'm no longer who I am? And that's what my buddy said. He's like, dude, although he's never taken it, he's like, dude, like, you're not, especially if I know people that are on medications, it's still them, but they're still battling inside. It's just this like internal battle. It's just insane, because they do feel the side effects of them. And it's tough. And I just don't know if I want to go that route. And it's also like a mental, like a personality trait. Like, if I succumb to taking medication, then I fail as a person. And then if I fail as a person, then I don't know what I would do, how would happen. I had a dream that happened not too long ago. I won't forget it now because it scared the shit out of me. But basically, long story short on it was like there was these incidences happening in the dream where I wasn't at fault, but yet I was being blamed for something. And it was either like it was a car crash, which I was in the passenger seat, and then it was like I touched a girl on the shoulder and she thought like that I hurt her, and everyone felt like I was like a terrible person, and then I had like issues. And then all of a sudden I like remember waking up in like this mental hospital, and they were going to inject me, and I started losing my shit, and they're like, oh, hold him down, he's going crazy. And I just remember it was the craziest wake up. I was like, I was in it. I'm like, this must be a dream. This is not happening. This is a dream. Like, I was convinced it was a dream, and then I woke up. And the rest of the day I felt like absolute dog shit. And it's probably either one, telling me that I'm afraid that I'm going to go mentally insane, because I think about that often, that I'm just one little notch away from just being in a mental asylum, and then losing myself. That's where I feel like I would no longer be myself, is when I break that barrier. Anyways, I guess right now what I'm saying is I'm no longer fighting the physical. I'm now fighting the mental. I don't know if that's the layers of the onion, but, I just have so much, I'm realizing that I definitely have a high level of OCD. I'm highly controlled by my thoughts, and I never really understood that OCD was that, but it's this internal dialogue that's literally controlling what you do, and you can't be satisfied until you satisfy those thoughts. They're literally possessing you. Now, why is that happening? I don't feel safe. In order to feel safe, I have to do the behavior. At least that's my small understanding of it. So what do? I know that there's some deeper layer there. I don't feel safe. So I've been exploring a little bit, really briefly, just through reading this book, called The Secret Language of the Body. Is just like more or less the polyvagal theory. So I'm learning a little bit about that, and that kind of making a lot of sense. And if you're somebody that struggles with like any sort of chronic illnesses, and just random, multiple symptoms, then I would strongly suggest checking that out. There's a lot of information there that makes complete sense, and I feel like the people that wrote that book have really made it. You can tell, one, they've worked with a lot of people, but two, their way of explaining something complex really makes you feel like, okay, this makes sense. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But I could just keep talking, because you don't often get the chance to talk like this. So yeah, I'm just gonna post this and not give a flying F. And if someone watches it, great. I'm not gonna think about not posting it. I'm just gonna do it and let it be what it's gonna be. See the neuroses. But hey, we're all human, right? Anyways.